All right. Wow. All right, make sure everything is lined up good. My camera's actually on top of a whole bunch of boxes of things that I just ordered so I can do a haul for you guys. But this view, oh my god, this angle is so surreal to me because this is how everything got started. Me sitting on the floor in front of my bed, like with the window as my lighting. And obviously, you know, like my camera's not the same. It's not the exact same conditions as it was when I first got started, but this is crazy. This is the beginning, the full circle, the full YouTube circle, which is wild. But yeah, obviously you guys saw the title of this video and there's been some major changes for me. Good and, you know, neutral changes, I guess, that have really kind of put me in this weird position between like a rock and a hard place, which I was explaining to you guys in the last video. But long story short, I am still here at my mom's house and I didn't move. I didn't go forward with it. It was a month-to-month lease and I was okay with like just reaching out to my friend and being like, hey, it's just not the move for me. He understood, things are cool, but all of my stuff is still in boxes. And at this point, it's like, I gotta start unpacking because as most of you know, if you don't, I recently got a position at Audra Beauty. So I work for them part-time now as their influencer marketing project manager. Yay. So that's one of the good things that has happened. And the neutral thing that happened is that obviously I didn't move. I'm not gonna say it was a bad thing. Some things happened that I literally just never see coming, and that's gotta be okay. But I wanted to share this with you guys because, you know, sometimes things don't work out and that's okay. I think since making the decision to not move, I am more at peace now, just because moves are stressful in general, but also because I think my spirit is at peace. I read all of your comments and stuff from last time. Thank you so much for all of your advice. It really did help. It really did, you know, help confirm what was going on with me. I think I can second guess things sometimes, and it's just like that's just a nasty little habit I gotta get rid of. You gotta start trusting yourself, you know. But that trust yourself, trust the spirit, trust your path, trust that whatever happens is for your good. Good and bad things happen for your good, and I'm at peace with the decision that I made. But like I said, between a rock and a hard place, all my stuff is packed up and I have to undo it now and work, which is like not a dynamic I was used to. But letting go of what I had in mind was good. It was good for me. It was necessary based off the structure of my life, at least that's how I feel. Because even like this camera angle right now, I feel like this is one of the full circle patterns in my life. We'll call it patterns. I actually have an app on my phone called The Pattern. My friend told me about it and then I signed up and I like was obsessed with it for like several months. I can actually link that down below in the description box if you're interested. The other thing that I can link down below is this podcast that I found called The Art of Letting Go, and it was Maya Washington. She was being interviewed by one of her friends who both of them have since like left the country and like moved to other places and, you know, live their best life, doing awesome things. And that podcast was so powerful to me because in the podcast he mentioned this thing, her friend mentioned this thing called disintegration anxiety, and I think that's what was happening to me in the spirit, right? In my mind, what I'm deriving from the conversation that they had, because he didn't exactly define it, but disintegration anxiety is when things that you identified with at some point in your life start to fall away and fall apart. But based off the structure of my life, it's meant for that thing to fall apart. The thing is though, because you've identified with it like so closely, it gives you anxiety to watch something that you identified with like break down, right? And I think I had so closely identified with this narrative of getting on YouTube, you know, pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and like making enough money to be independent and moving back to the place where I feel like, you know, family drama wise, never should have left in the first place, and getting back the life that I believe that I should have had in my mind, right? I really had to sit down and dig deep and figure out like why things weren't lining up in the spirit. But the idea was that I need to let go of what I didn't get, or what I believe that I didn't get. Let go. That was a limiting belief for me. If you're like a close friend of mine, you know this, but I wasn't and am still not the biggest fan of Metro Atlanta, like, and that's putting it nicely. To be real, this is just, I don't know if this is the place for me. I never felt like I could catch the vibe here. I just don't really like it. I tolerate it, but I don't really like it. If you ask me, am I thriving? I think business-wise, things have been great, but personality-wise and like social life-wise, it's like, no, I want back what I had. I want back what I had. And I think this was just my perspective of like living backwards. Like, as soon as I get enough money, as soon as I get the opportunity, as soon as I find a place, I'm going to get the life. I'm going back to get the life that I believe never should have been taken from me in the first place. And so once again, the podcast was about the art of letting go. This thing that I identified so closely with, this narrative I identified so closely with, was falling apart, but also, like I said, in the spirit, it wasn't lining up. And for me to continually think, oh, as soon as I get back, or as soon as it's like, that's you waiting for an opportune moment to live in the past. And that's not great. You should not live your life like that. No one should have that type of perspective. But that, I think, you know, boiled all down, that's what I was doing. And when I went up to visit the place and things didn't line up in the spirit, it was like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And then on top of me not posting as much, and, you know, like after hitting 100K, I think my channel grew by maybe like 25,000 subscribers last year instead of the 75,000 subscribers from the year before. And like I said, this is me. I wasn't posting as much. I wasn't as active on social media. Last year in general was a rough year for a lot of people. And getting the new job at Ajwa this year and moving forward with a team, it was a lot of transitioning that was going on in a different arena of my life. And I think the resistance was just there because the transition and the change that I think I was craving didn't come in the form that I thought it was going to come in, you know. And still I believe in my heart of hearts, God told me to pack, you know, pack. And that's where I'm at right now, all packed up. But sometimes when you hear things in the spirit and like waiting for them to manifest in reality, or like believing that it's going to manifest in a certain way in reality, it just doesn't line up like you think. And like I said, the art of letting go, let go of what I identified with before, let go of the narrative that I told myself about tolerating this place, let go of the place itself. So I actually did sign a lease termination thing and you know, that is like definitely done. So there is nowhere that I am moving to. For those of you that wanted to know where I was moving to, it was Philadelphia. Going back to Philly, going back to where I'm from pretty much. And I just had a lot of limiting beliefs and a lot of letting go to do. And I think that place not lining up in the spirit was also like the inner indication that it's like you're trying to go backwards. And that was really uncomfortable. Like, I was willing to confront that limit within myself. I was willing to do that, but it was uncomfortable because it's like, well, then what is all of this for? And like, you know, like you also can kind of get mad when you have disintegration anxiety, but piece by piece, watching things that you thought were going to come to fruition and watching things that you thought were going to manifest fall apart, or things that you identified with fall apart, is not a pretty process. I'm saying it like it's easy, but it's not that easy to go through. So like I said, lots of transition was happening, and I think one area of my life transitioning at a time is good. Had I been in the apartment up there, I don't know if things would have been as seamless for me on the job and like all these other things that are gearing up to start like next month for Black History Month, and like there's so many marketing campaigns and stuff now, and being on the business side of things is definitely another interesting mind-shifting perspective, and I thoroughly enjoy the opportunity to get to do both. You know, I still have like my influencing thing that I'm doing, but like I said, pivoting my content to more lifestyle videos like this, but also fashion, also skincare, you know, just the whole lifestyle thing. I think I was also hell-bent on trying to get a life, because a lot of people, you guys know, I don't drive because of my eye condition. So I was feeling stuck out here. Anywhere out in suburban anywhere typically does not have a lot of public transportation, and I think my independence was based, like my independence and my mobility are like come together in one unit. And because I don't have the mobility now, I also don't have the independence, which is also something that I wanted to achieve by getting the apartment. But like I said, all of that was falling apart, and then watching it fall apart, I think, like I said, I was experiencing disintegration anxiety. But now, accepting where I am, accepting the path that I'm on, accepting the transitions that I have in my life currently, accepting moving forward instead of trying to move back, has been freeing, and also like a little a little disappointing, but it's the art of letting go. I think it happens in layers. I think it happens in time. You know, it doesn't all happen at once, but I do know that I'm more willing, more open-minded. I don't have as many limiting beliefs as I did before about where I'm going. And so, in conclusion, hopefully I was not rambling. Hopefully this makes sense. I'll try and like edit it down so that it makes sense. I actually have like some filming and things to do. There's so much filming and things to do actually outside of this video, but hopefully I continue to accept what is instead of try to get back what isn't. And try to genuinely embrace where I am in my life, in my journey, and not just try to get to a destination that isn't for me. At least, you know, being open to the idea that the narrative that I told myself isn't the right one, that I needed to be rerouted. And God is good at doing that, rerouting you. And I just wanted to come on and update you guys and share, because that's where I'm at now, sharing the entire process. The whole thing, when things work and when they don't. So yeah, I think I'm okay with becoming in another way. Sometimes I do wonder if I made like the right decision, but I remember all of the spiritual tension, spiritual friction on the inside before, and I don't have that now. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll show you guys what my room looks like currently. It's a hot mess. This is the tripod for the Daye. One of my favorite new brands is Rayona. Here we go. They are a Black owned fashion brand. Oh my god, their stuff is so sleek. I'll link them down below too. Their stuff is so sleek, but I'm doing a haul. I have more than one piece. Also have some stuff from Holland Cooper. Got some more stuff coming on the way as well. Got this from ASOS, this from Zara, this from Adwoa Beauty. Got some promo stuff that I'll be filming with. Another Rayona box. But yeah, we're looking nice and messy in here. Nice and cluttered and messy. Some of you guys might not think this is that bad, but it is. Over there, everything was all taped up and ready to go, but we're not going. At least not to Philly like I thought. Desk is looking nice and messy. Got some PR boxes over there. More stuff on the floor. More PR. But I mean, can we just have a moment of silence for the real most important thing that I just received? Bam. This is for filming purposes and stuff too, so which I think are amazing and perfect and go with my entire aesthetic anyway, so we matching out here. And I also wanted to show you guys a Christmas gift from my sister. I want you guys to see this. I want you guys to see this. Look at this. Can you guys see this? Are you seeing this? This is literally like, this is like an earring size hoop, okay? But this is the circle shells. You guys remember my circle shells? It has a plant and a little passport book and little Adwoa products at the top. These are the cutest little things. I have to hang this somewhere. It literally fits like in the palm of my hand. But I love miniature things. I think it's adorable. But yeah, it has a little Adwoa products at the top. I showed Julian. Julian is the owner of Adwoa Beauty. I love miniature things in general. That's just like part of my personality type. If there's like a baby version, I like freak out over it. Me, my mom, and my sister were all like that. But yeah, so that is everything. It is 1 o'clock officially on Saturday. I don't know if I'm gonna edit this down and post this today. Maybe I will. But if not, then that is the official life update. I will be back with more content soon, but that is the life update. So thanks for sticking with me. You know, we got some bumps in the road and I don't even know where this road is going anymore, but I am willing to share the journey. So remember to let your spirit, soul, and hair stay lifted like an Afro puff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.